How about now?
Now it says recording.
Awesome. Yay.
Awesome. Well, welcome everybody to our Monday night training. I am so excited that you are here. I am Tabitha Brinkman, and we are going to go over the new Poppin Facebook parties. We're not going to do the full training, but I'm going to show you our resources and any tips, any new tips that I've come up with or friends have come up with along the way. And you guys will be able to answer any questions. But I'm going to show you where to go, what you want to do throughout the week to kind of, get excited about it. And if you want to retake the training, I'm going to show you where that is too. If at any time I have to stop my video, it's because my internet is unstable. Our favorite thing, right? And I don't want you guys to not be able to hear me. So again, if you have questions and you want to write them in the chat, Debbie is going to be helping me with that. And if not, you want to wait and ask later, you can, or come off mute. Hey, Yola, I see your beautiful face. So I'm so happy you guys are here. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And I'm going to walk you through the new Poppin Facebook party format, training, where to go, and all that kind of stuff, okay? So I'm going to go ahead to Facebook. And I'm going to go to, it's called Accolades, new Poppin Facebook Party Training Group. If you are not a member of this group yet and you would like to, you just need to ask to join. And when you first come here, it's going to go straight to the units page right here. The units are what is the training to help you or any new consultant who is starting so that they can get the same training right off the bat that you have. So again, it's gonna, when you go to it, it's gonna go straight to the units tab and it's gonna go into units. And you'll see things like why the Poppin party formula is a game changer. And you can look in here and if you click on it, it's going to take you right through words, pictures, images, and kind of go through why the Poppin party is so fantastic. And then you just click on, you can click done so you know where you are, and Facebook will keep that space saved for you. And then you can just click on next unit right here. And you will go to the next one, setting up the event, and it's going to walk you through some of the different images. It's going to tell you to name the event, the description, date and time, the co-host, how to do that. And then let's say you had to stop and you click done so you know where you are, and then you want to come back to it. You can always just click on the units tab over here, and it will tell you see how these little green check marks are? That means that I've already completed that part of the unit, and these I have not. Okay, so let's say you already know how to set up your event, so you want to go right past that. It's going to tell you about purposeful posts, but you want to start up at guess who's RSVPing. Well, you can just click right on that unit, and it's going to take you right there so you can learn about the RSVP game if that's what you want to work on. There's two different options for host coaching, and this is one of them, the RSVP game. I did this for a little bit, but then I decided that I actually liked the second one better. So personally, I don't use this one anymore, but a lot of people love it. And I'm going to show you all the things that I do also. That it's going to talk about the quad post, and you just keep going through unit by unit. You can either again click next unit, or you can click on the units tab and decide what part of the training you want to read about, what part you maybe want a refresher on, some tips that I have that are all in here. Okay. Now you can see this one, unit 14, says new host coaching tip and scripts. This is the one that I actually like to follow. And it tells you exactly step by step what to say. It says send this image with the date and time filled in, and anything in quotation marks is something that you want to say, something similar to that. Okay, and step 2 tells you what to do. Step 3 with the image. Step 4, day of the party. And I really like this format of host coaching, but you can choose this or the RSVP game. They are both work really well. And then you will also notice that there is a mock pop-up party that you can get to from this unit. You also notice that the recorded training you can get to from this unit. And there's also a unit on the Shoppertunity, which I'm going to talk a little bit about also today. Okay, so there's 3 big sections that you want to remember about the Accolades new Poppin Facebook Party Training Group. Units is one of them. The other one that you want to click on is events. Okay, when you click on events, you're going to see that there are 2 events in there. A Shoppertunity, which again, I'm going to talk about a little bit later, but a mock pop-up Tupperware party. This is how you can go through and look. If you scroll, you're going to want to scroll all the way to the bottom to show what to do first, okay? And you'll be able to see step by step exactly when to post it, okay? So like post 1, post 2, and post 3, and post 4, those are all done before the host is invited. Now these images though, you can change out, and I'm going to show you where you can get these images. They don't have to be the same images. You just want to have 4 of them before you invite the host. Okay. Once people start RSVPing, I usually set up these 4, right? Then I invite the host. I tell her that she can start inviting people. And I say up to about 50 people max. After she invites them that day, the very next day is when I go in and I ask them if they're a full party, full experience partier or an express partier, and let them kind of comment on that. And then, now it depends on your party. Some of my hosts are really excited when they book a party and they cannot wait for their party to come up, okay? When that happens, I will actually set it up, 5-6 days before the party. It's okay to do that, especially when your host is excited about it. Just remember to post 1 purposeful post a day to keep them entertained and keep them answering questions. But don't be, too set up on, oh, it can only be 3 days, or it can only be, by the book. Be flexible with it and see what works for your customers, because every host is different. Okay. So, you're going to want to have the day of the party, you're going to have 1 in the morning, and then you're also going to have 1 in the afternoon. And it reminds them that the party is tonight and at what time. Okay. So you can scroll through this and actually see how my parties are done step by step, with even examples of what they say and what you can say back. Okay. That is all in the events part. Okay. Now the third part, and especially if you've already done this training, you've been doing this on and on and on, and you're super successful. Even if you've been super successful, feel like you don't need the training anymore, there's still one very important part that you need to check on. And I'm going to even tell you to check on it weekly, because I update the photos on a weekly basis. And Kisha also does a lot of photos and sends them to me, and I upload them in these albums on a consistent, regular basis. So you never have to use the same pictures at any party ever. There's so many to pick from. Okay. So next we're going to click on photos, and then we're going to click on albums, and you're going to see that everything in the albums section is has a little cover, or not a cover, has a title. Okay. So this is cover photos. This is new dice game in rose gold. I just uploaded that today. So you can choose from the original dice game, which is in this kind of a blue and a green color, or this brand new dice game in rose gold you can choose from. They're both in this photo albums. Cover photos, if you don't want to use the same cover photo, Kisha gave me some this morning to put in here. Thank you, Kisha. I try to update the recruiting one. Kisha also did one on Saturday. Man, I'm telling you, she was on top of it. She added a recruiting photo in here for us. And if you at any time get kicked out, you know, go back, whatever, all you got to do again is click on photos. And when it wants to cooperate with you, no, when your internet wants to cooperate is what I should say. Okay, go back to the albums and you can get back here. Shoppertunity, which is also what I'm going to talk to you about in a little bit. I even have done some in Spanish. I did not do these by myself, so shout out to all you beautiful ladies who helped me with these Spanish ones. Roll call images. As I was doing parties, I realized, you know, when I was helping other people, I created different ones. So at any time that you want to use these, you can. And we just keep adding to them as people are using them. La di da. This is where you're supposed to sing for me, Debbie.
This girl ain't singing.
I'm gonna look at the chat, I guess, when. Oh, thank you, Kisha. All right. Come on. Doesn't want to. It's just spinning.
We had one question about, can we print this off and is it being recorded? And yes, it is being recorded. I doubt you're going to want to print. You'll be able to just go back, like Tabitha said, and go through it over and over until you feel comfortable, right, Tabitha?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always there. You can definitely copy and paste into a Word document anything that you want. So for instance, in my parties, I always have a Word document, it's a living document because it's always changing, right? Where I have the words to copy and paste into my parties, or I have the word choices that I want to say already in there. It's nothing pretty, but it's something in there that that I can copy and paste from. So that's one thing that I suggest that you do if you would also like to copy and paste at your parties to make it nice and easy. Take it from there. I'm gonna stop sharing and see if that helps me for a moment. Sorry.
Tabitha, we have, are your events preferred over groups when setting up the party on Facebook?
Say it again.
Are events preferred over groups when setting up the party on Facebook?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. I think that, oh, I see it now, Lisa. Are events preferred over groups? Yes, absolutely. I have done it all the different ways, and private events seem to have the most attendance and the one that Facebook likes also. Because when you do groups, this is what I'm going to tell you. If you decide that you want to do groups as your party, it's okay. But you have to remember to go in and archive the groups when you're done with the party, because if you have too many groups open that are not active. Oh, I hope you guys can still hear me. I feel like I'm frozen.
We can hear you, Tabitha.
Oh, okay. When you have too many groups open, Facebook will shut you down, so they don't like that. Let's see if this works. We might have to have Debbie share her screen in a little bit. All right, yay. Okay, so you know, there's the roll call images, showcase images, shopping special. And I do update the showcase, especially when we have a new catalog or we have new colors or anything like that. So you can go in there. Again, the training shows, and I recommend no more than 10 to 15 of the showcases, even though there's 27 photos for you to choose from. It's so that you have a selection. Because if you have too many and everybody comments on them and you comment on them, it's another way that you can go into Facebook jail and it won't let you comment anymore. So be choosy on what you decide out of the showcase. I will tell you that there are, in my parties, the modular mates, the fridge smarts, the modular mates, fridge smarts, and the freezer one and the refrigerator picture. Those 4 images I have at every single party. I'm afraid to click on it because I don't want to get stuck again, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm just going to do it. All right, so the fridge smarts, this one right here, so fresh, so good. Perfect your pantry, freeze for later, and this, no, not that one. This one, perfect picture organization. These 4 I have at every single party. They are the most commented on pictures out of all of them that I have done. That's just what I have found to really, you know, everybody's excited about. It could just be this time of, you know, our pandemic that everybody's, you know, after these, but those 4 are the most popular. And then the rest I switch out, again, no more than 10 at each showcase. Okay. Hopefully it won't take me so long. Yay. All right. Photos and then albums. And then purposeful posts. Okay, so this is where you're going to want to go on every single week. You want to click on this purposeful post. This is where I update things. And Kisha, God bless you, child. Thank you so much for helping me all the time. This is where we post things, especially with specials or, you know, something that's a 2-week flyer or something like that. We have them in here. I just updated these this afternoon, so you can see fridge smarts questions are in here, the spiralizers in here. Then I added some of the trivia questions that we do, I should say, for our recruiting events. Those are in there. I have a little tip about those too I'm going to come back to, and then just all different kinds on here. And you want to scroll. Sometimes they will be at the bottom and sometimes they're going to be at the top. So you want to scroll through here, like I said, at least once a week, because, you know, like Kisha did these jars. Well, they ended on Friday on there. But so there's all different kinds of purposeful posts, different questions that you can ask to keep your party active, and it's constantly being updated. So please, please, please come back to purposeful post photo album to grab new images so that you don't get bored with them, or so that you can keep current with any of the sale items. Okay. Now, as far as the trivia questions that are in here that I love to do, like, what do you do if your Tupperware breaks? I do that one usually the day of the party, like in the morning. Sometime I'll start asking that because I want them to be reminded that Tupperware has a lifetime warranty, right? Or just whatever fun trivia. Now, another tip from our very own Carrie Demas, she said sometimes she was having a hard time with her Monday parties because she would forget to post on the weekends, on Saturdays or Sundays, right? So then her party was Monday and she was trying to get it active again because she had forgot to post on a Saturday or Sunday. So what she started doing is actually a trivia question 30 minutes before the party started. And she'd post like 5 different trivia questions. And she told them, 30 minutes before our party is starting, And everybody the first person to comment the correct answer on each picture is going to get an extra ticket in the door prize drawing for that night. And I thought that was pretty cute, a great way to add some interaction right before your party starts. So there's a lot of them mixed in here that are different trivia questions that you can look at. And again, some great ones added today. Photos and albums. All right, then your RSVP. Here's the graphics of some of that. If you want to start making your own, if you don't like the graphics that we have done, feel free to go ahead and do that on your own. There's blank shells right there. I also added some new pictures for express partier or full experience partier in here if you want to check that out. And no, it doesn't want to do anything. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about these photos that I put in here. Host images are here, dice game, and 15 minutes before. Okay, so these images, especially your purposeful post, these are for your parties. These have your parties in mind. They are for you, but they are, I'm gonna see if my video will work now without pausing me. Okay, but they're not for your business page. They're not for your personal page. They're not for a public posting, okay? They are to keep your Facebook parties fresh. Now, here's why. If we posted them on our business page and posted them just on our profile whenever we're doing something, they're going to lessen the Facebook's ability or Facebook's algorithm to push them more, okay? Because what happens when I post something on my page? Well, somebody sees it and they're like, oh, I love that. And I want to post that on my page, right? And then the next person sees it and says, I want to post that on my page. And they do it on their page. And they copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. Pretty soon, you know, 1,000 Tupperware consultants all over have that same image and are posting it on there. Well, Facebook is like, I ain't showing that anymore. So you're losing your pull on the algorithm, the way that it works. So that's why we make these special images just for the parties, okay? Now, I am not saying that you can't take those images, go create new images and brand them yourself. Put your branding on there, meaning putting your name, Tupperware by Lisa, on there, okay? Or put your picture on there. Take the same ideas, recreate them, and put your own brand on them. Yes, you can do that. But it's when these are all out there without any branding on them, like the ones that we've made for your parties, then all of a sudden, they're going to be in that Tupperware brochures and catalogs page, right? Because I can't tell you how many of my images are in there already. They're going to be there. And now 10,000 different consultants, 20,000, however many consultants there are, they're going to also be using them. And they're going to lose their punch. So please use these images only for your events, your private events, or use them to create your own as, you know, as it gives you some kind of creativity, make your own, brand them, post them on your page. And again, branding just means put your name on them somewhere. And don't, if you see an image that you like on Facebook, whoever it is, never crop off their name or put a flower over their face or put, you know, something on there. That is someone's intellectual property. Okay, that's not cool. So just either recreate it or give them leave the brand on there because they did create it. They get that. Make sense? Okay, I'm going to look at the questions before we go back. Vicki says, can you set this up as a group instead of an event so you can schedule posts? And how do you invite from the friends list? Vicki, if you want to set it up as a group instead of an event, you can. You have to remember to archive the groups. Facebook will shut your account down if you have all these groups that are out there active with nothing happening in them. Okay. And then you're going to have to invite, then you have to have the host be on there to be able to invite her friends that way. Another reason I love events, guys, is it's a reminder. Facebook gives the people who click going a little remind message. Hey, this party is happening. This event is happening tonight. It also reminds them, hey, you haven't clicked going yet, but you've been invited. Would you like to? So I like those little event reminders. The other thing you need to remember if you have a group is that it doesn't say what date and time the party is. And now you're expecting people to read. And let me tell you, people don't like to read information. So that's another thing, another reason I don't like groups, but you can. Kisha does not like being added to groups. Love the rose gold. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Debbie Dickey, for the rose gold dice game. And thank you, Kisha, for making slides. Yes. Am I frozen?
No.
Okay. Fridge smarts and freezers are the most popular at my parties. Yes, Debbie. Yes, they are. Mine too. Now, when I create a party, I don't put down the close date. So am I going to get in trouble with Facebook? Because when I do decide to close it out, I put in the current day and time, click back on you're not going to get in trouble from Facebook for doing events. You're not going to get in trouble for doing events. Okay. You are going to get in trouble if you have too many Facebook groups that are not active, okay? Keep checking my messenger. It's Tabitha. All right, which ones are the most popular? Being recorded. My question for everyone and or Tabitha is two parts. Timing during the party with posts and comments. It's a whirlwind. Facebook will give me notifications, but I can't always find them in the event. The guests get confused as well. Is this just the way it is? Okay, so the timing in the party with posts and comments, I usually post the first one, let's say our party's at 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, 8:05, then the dice game at 8:10. The dice game, I give a good 8 to 10 minutes on because it's pretty active. And then I post the shopping one on the end, and the thank you one at the 30-minute mark is what I've been doing. The guests get confused as well. Facebook will give me a notification, but I can't always find them in the event. I'm not sure, Rachel. I always have the party open and I don't steer away from it. Another tip that I do is I have the party open on my computer and I have my phone next to me for Facebook notifications so that I can comment on anybody and it will tag them from my phone. So I have two devices open when I do that. Maybe that will help you. But I haven't. Maybe let me finish reading the question. Maybe that will clarify what I'm trying to say. Is this just the way it is? I tell the guests to refresh their pages, but they still get frustrated and confused. By the time I get to the dice game, I lose them. Then they come back when it's time to shop. Again, is this the way it is and we can't change it, or am I doing something wrong? I don't know that you're doing anything wrong. I don't seem to have that problem. If I do, I have the host tag her guest in part 1, part 2, part 3. But I'm not sure. Debbie?
I don't know, and you're not frozen. Rachel, why don't you come off mute and ask your question directly, honey?
Okay, well, I'm sorry that it was confusing. Okay,
Hi,
can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, a typical party, 7 o'clock. I start off with the welcome. I do the roll call. And then what I'm using 2 devices too. I'm using my phone and my iPad, and then everybody will start making comments, and it's okay. And it's okay for the first 5 or 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden I get so many notifications. And then when I click on the notifications to see if I need to answer a question, the Facebook is just, it won't take me to where the question is. And so and then the customers are making comments saying, or telling their host, I don't know what's going on. I'm lost. I'm confused. Some of it, I think, is they just don't know how a Facebook party works. But by the time I get to the dice game, nobody's playing because they're still going through all of the other posts. They may be making comments on the product showcase or anything. So the last few parties I've done, the dice game has been a dud. And then after I wait 10 or 15 minutes, and then after the dice game, well, not that long, but let's say 10 minutes. Then I go in and do start the shopping. All of a sudden I'll get 2 or 3 guests that will continue to shop. Everybody else is gone, and then they may shop the next day or so. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. I was posting maybe to see if other people are experiencing the same thing.
Well, one thing that, as I can talk as the consultant first, how about that? So the first thing is I leave it on my computer and I never get out of the event. I never touch notifications on my computer. On my phone, when I touch the notifications, and if, let's say, Facebook is acting wonky and it doesn't bring me to that specific notification, I am consistently going through the party on my phone, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, and sliding through to see if there are comments that I have missed. So I don't rely on Facebook giving me the notification. I am doing it on my phone, consistently going through to see if I missed anything. Okay. As far as the guests are concerned, again, I always tell about 5 minutes before the party, I tell the host, okay, are you ready to party? And then she responds back and she's like, yes, I can't wait. I said, okay, I'm about to post part 1. When I do, go ahead and tag your friends in part 1 so they know where to start. And when I do that, that seems to really help with everybody understanding where to begin. And then, and my parties are not over in 30 minutes. Absolutely not. There's people who are going through it, or maybe someone stopped and, had to go take care of kids and came back to it or whatever. And I'll get messages throughout the night. That just happens.
Right.
But that's my tips, unless anybody, I want you guys to think about it if you guys have some tips on that, and we'll come back to that later. But try those 2 things and see if that helps, Rachel, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. I refresh. Debbie says I refresh every 5 to 7 minutes. I also try to remind everyone during the party as well. I understand about people responding to the different parts when it's time to shop. You have to think about internet speed. Absolutely. Good point there, Debbie. Internet speed has a lot to do with it. Also for some people. Some people just aren't Facebook savvy, and that's okay. The more people that are commenting on different things, the more it's going to just throw it into their feed. Even they won't even have to look for notifications. It's going to throw through their feed if people are commenting on things. Okay. All right. I was told I can't, Vicky says, I was told I can't schedule posts ahead of time on events now. That's why I asked. That's correct. You cannot schedule posts on events. That has been, oh dear, a year or 2 since we've been able to schedule on events. Joanne says, I hate to read. Thank you, sister. Let's see. Okay, I have an iPad and I'm having trouble making my party private on my page. Any advice? Pamela, if you are on your business page, that is why you can't make it private. You can only do it from your personal profile. Okay, so if I am here and I want to create an event, I have to do it from my profile right here, create an event. I cannot do it from my business page. It will be public. And the reason I am telling you guys this is because, believe me and the directors have tried everything. We have tried it on our business page. We have tried it in the groups. We've tried everything. These are seriously the ones that that is what works really well. My guests have issues saying that they were going. I just messaged them and gave simple tips where to find the event and hit going. Awesome, Lisa.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yes. Does that help, Pamela?
Oh, tremendously.
Good. Okay.
Thank you.
Maybe the notifications, they need to be turned. I haven't had that problem. Too many posts prior to the dice game. Yeah, if you're following the format, then you should be good. If you're adding something outside of the party, oh dear Lord, spit it out. Yes, if you're adding additional images prior to the dice game, that will also be the problem. Good comment, Debbie. Yes, I need to remake a posting that shows how to show the notifications and flip them to all. You can do that. I don't do that, guys. I try to keep the party as simple as possible. I don't, if they're there, they will want to figure it out, or they will message me and they'll be like, can you just send me the link, or can you tell me how to do this? Yeah. Sometimes it is just their timing and following through the posts. We don't go through in real time like they do. So we sit a while waiting for them to see the next part. Very good, Kisha. Yes. Let's see. Tabitha, you said you don't leave the party on your computer. So do you post from one device and follow comments on the other device? Yes, Rachel, that's exactly what I was meaning. I post from my computer, have everything set up on there, and I comment and check notifications from my phone. That's correct. I'm not getting any participation at all, even following the format, and I have trouble getting parties. All right, Claire, that I'm going to say has to do with your host. Your host makes or breaks your party. If your host is excited to earn free things and you've gotten her excited and done the host coaching, then she seems to have a really good I don't know, turnout is what I've noticed. The ones who are excited and they comment on things, leading up to the party, they have the best parties. All right, I think I went through all the questions. Debbie, did you see any that I missed?
No, ma'am. Oh, here comes Yolanda.
Oh, YOLO. I love this new format, but I personally need to see more than just pics. I found some party demos in the website from Dora and Julie that I want to post, but where or what part of the party would you recommend I can post those? LOL. YOLO, I would, if you want to add video, you can do your party any way you want. This is just a suggestion on how to do parties, okay? I would personally do the videos as the pre-post, the days before, when they have more time to watch them. I used to do it like that, but then I found that people weren't watching the videos. And what I want is comments, because the more people who comment, the more times that Facebook will throw that into other people's news feeds. And more people will click going. The more people that click going, the more people that Facebook will give them notifications that the party is starting, and then they may or may not order. I have a lot of pre-orders because of it, because of the Q&A questions, the different purposeful posts. People are like, I can't make it to the party. What's the link? Okay. All right. So I'm going to keep going then. You guys keep asking your questions in there. And I'm going to show you some more. Yes, Kisha has lots of pre-orders too, she says. Yeah, for real, like a lot. I do too. Okay, so photos was the last, in the albums was the last thing that we were talking about. And now we're going to talk a little bit about the Shoppertunity. So I think of our Facebook parties, because I know a lot of people have said, well, what about recruiting, right? What about the recruiting? Well, I post, that one picture, that one image about why do you think people join Tupperware the day after the party, a follow up the next day, reminding them to order. But think of your party as a recruit funnel. okay? A recruiting funnel that you use. So I suggest that everybody has at least one opportunity or shopportunity event a month that you go back and invite all your past guests and hosts from the month prior to this shopportunity or this opportunity event, okay? And that's kind of your funnel going in. Remember, the easiest people to recruit are who? Your hosts, right? Your hosts, okay? Your hosts are your easiest people to recruit because they already are doing the work. So you want to make sure that every single host you're asking to, if they are interested in doing what you do, and that's at least twice. Before the party starts, before the party date, somewhere in the pre-party stage, you're going to ask her. And then when the party is over, you're going to ask her again. Because the first time, most people say no, right? Most people say no. So you want to follow up with that second time, because now she's going to go through that party looking at it a little bit differently, saying, oh, this was pretty easy. All she did was post a couple of images. I could do that. So the second time you ask her, she might be more inclined to say yes, right? But the guest, if they're not booking a party and becoming your next host, right? Because your hosts are the easiest to recruit. The guests that went, that bought something, maybe bought nothing, whatever, those are the people that you want to funnel into some kind of opportunity event. And that's what this shopportunity is. So again, I suggest everybody has at least one shopportunity a month to invite people to, okay? And the images in here, excuse me while I drink my water. Okay, so here's just a cute little image that you can use or use it for inspiration. And it's a 15-minute event, okay? And they are gonna ask, they're going to do 20 questions and shop at your discount. That means that you're going to give them 25% off whatever they order through midnight the same night of this shopportunity. Okay, they can't order from your website. They have to send you a message of what they want to order and get 25% off. All right, then you do some kind of roll call again, some kind of a grand prize, because you want to get them there. And the question here is, if somebody randomly, what would you do or buy if somebody randomly handed you $1,000? And that's how you get people to start commenting on, okay? Then they go through here. It's time for a fun quiz. Each of your answers, right or wrong, will get you a ticket into the grand prize drawing tonight. Just scroll through this album. There's only 4 questions, and take your best guess at the right answers. You can just comment under each image. Ready, set, go. Okay, A, B, C, or D questions. Then part 3 is our 20 questions game. Okay, how'd you do on our quiz? Did you answer all of the above in all of them? It's time to play 20 questions. Ask about our kit, ask how much we make, ask about our free trips and cars, ask about our flexibility to work when you want to work. When we hit 20 questions, I'm going to do a second drawing for our grand prize, the new Tupperware straw set. Or you can say they're going to get extra tickets in the drawing, whatever you want to do. Okay, you can do extra tickets in the door prize drawing, or each ticket is worth 2, however you want to do it. Because I have found, I don't love to recruit and where I'm like telling them all the information. I want them to ask me questions, because then it doesn't come off so salesy. I'm not shoving it down their throat. Okay, and then I do a little shopportunity survey, and you guys can look at that. And you just click on it and we'll show you exactly how to do it. So this is the event which is also in the Facebook Party Training group, so that you can do your funnels. You can also go into photos. Come on. Oh, it doesn't want to go, but you can also, oh, there it is. You can find all the images for the shopportunity are in this album. So they're already done for you. Okay. And then you can also find it in the units section, the actual training kind of like the behind the scenes, the whys, the hows are all here, the training for the Shopportunity. Oh, come on now. All right, so it will tell you step by step why the Shopportunity is, what it is about, why it works, what you're looking for. All the training is in here, step by step. Okay, so you can find that. And one thing that I didn't show you guys is, oh, not the about section. The recorded training is in the discussion tab and it's a pinned announcement. So the training where I went detailed about how to do this party, if you want to show your new consultants or you want to take a refresher course, that recording is housed right here. It's pinned right at the top under discussion. It's a pin. You can also find it in the units tab. It's everywhere, you know, if you want to have the step-by-step on there. Okay. All right. Now, let's see. Oh, I lost my place, Debbie.
Well, while you're finding your place, Tabitha, I have a question that came that you're not going to be able to see. It says, how can I keep people interested that want to buy more, but are still waiting on product from 2 or 3 parties ago? And I know you have more parties than God. I say that with love. How are you dealing with that?
For the most part, I say the same sentence to every single person.
And that is?
And that sentence is, oh my gosh, I know, girl. Tupperware is behind with all the new COVID regulations, and they are working as fast as they can. They have now upped their operation to 24 hours a day to get all of your products to you as quickly as possible. Hopefully it will ship soon. And that's pretty much word for word what I say. And then they're like, okay, you know, I understand. They just really want communication from us one way, shape, or form. If we're telling them, you know, being proactive and telling them about that, they're really okay if I communicate with them. And then they move on to the next party and, you know, it's fine. I also make sure that I send out my prizes from the party in a timely manner so that they are getting, even if it's just a citrus peeler, they're getting something in their hands right after the party, you know, within a week of the party type thing, if that makes sense. So they're getting something, they know they can trust me, they know that it's coming because I sent them this gift or a thank you card. Handwritten thank you cards go so far. Is there something you'd like to add to that, Debbie Dickey?
No, but I will tell you guys that Tupperware was really getting a handle on it. And then we had a lot of the other stuff that had nothing to do with COVID that went on and all the big group activity and rioting and all of that stuff. I hate that word, but it really caused a huge delay, not on Tupperware's part, but on FedEx, and FedEx getting to Tupperware to pick up our stuff, to go blah, 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 and it goes on and on. So they're getting on it. I don't know how many of you really are checking or how much is going on in my sales for you, but over the weekend, I had 4 things shipped this weekend, and I did the happy dance all by myself in the kitchen. I was so darn happy. So I know they're just trust that they are doing everything they can to get back on track. There's no way that anybody, and many other companies, direct selling companies, are going through the exact same thing we are. There was no way to plan for what happened. Let's take today's flash sale, for example. Last flash sale we had last month, there were 122,000 people trying to get through the door at the same time. It created a delay. You can only imagine what it created for packing and shipping and all of that jazz. And now we just added another flash sale. So the bonus part for your mind and how you can help your customers and hosts out is every order that's submitted upon is handled and packaged and shipped by date and time of submission. So I could be placing an order today. My order is not going to get packaged and shipped until it comes up in the queue after everything else comes up. So we just have to be, as Tabitha said, in communication with them and let them know all the facts. People just want to know. Knowledge is power, right?
For sure. Shandon says, even when I post in a private party, I still comes up on my news feed sometimes. Am I doing something wrong? No, Shandon, that is exactly what should happen. When somebody clicks that they are going to an event, that information will go through that person's news feed. That's why the comments are so important, and the likes and the everything. That's why we have asked so many questions in our purposeful posts, because then it will go through their friends that also click going, it'll go through their feed. So if they don't get a notification, they'll see it in their news feed. So that's what we want. What is a preferred shopper? I've seen this, but I don't know much about it. A preferred shopper, Debbie, is just somebody who basically wants the discount, wants to fill their cabinets with Tupperware for that 25% and 35% off discount. Thank you for the challenge. My second monthly opportunity is tomorrow. Congratulations, Kisha. Debbie answered that question. I have been wanting to try this opportunity. Oh, look at you guys answering. All right. How soon should you do a opportunity? Again, I like to do one once a month, and I, will invite, like if I was to set one up for Wednesday, I would start inviting people on Tuesday for it. So it's a 1-day turnaround type thing. I have actually been having success booking at least 2 parties with the dice game. Yay, YOLO. Me too, girlfriend. Love it. Okay. Let's see. Kisha does hers the first week of the new month and invite all my hosts and party guests from the previous month. I share an invitation in all of my parties that previous month. Yes, Kisha. Awesome. Great job. Why, when my customers are shopping, it's like every other person's doesn't link into my party. So I'm having to have customer service link the ones that don't link. Am I doing something wrong? Or is everyone having that problem? I'll let Debbie Dickey answer that one.
And why would you hand that over to me? Just make sure that you're putting your website link in there. And, I know I've shared and posted and said, and we are on a very old system. And we are, I want to say days and minutes away, but that would be a lie. But we're getting very close to going on our brand new system that's going to be absolutely amazing. Prime would be if we could shut Tupperware, the whole thing down for a week so that they could get everything switched over, and that's not good business for you or me, right? So they're trying to band-aid the current situations that are happening, all the while over across the street, they're getting prepared to get us onto the new Gen Con system. So just make sure they're following your link to your website and they're not going to Tupperware.com, the generic shopping website. Sometimes it's a draw, I've had some people say that absolutely all their orders get linked, everything's hunky-dory, and others have your problem. So sometimes it happens, and you just got to get them connected.
Awesome. Lisa loves the unit training, very helpful to her. Thank you, Lisa. I'm glad you like that. All of my customers have been understanding. I tell them on the citrus peeler, thank you too. Awesome. What do you use as a service provider on your mail delivery? I love to use a service called stamps.com because I can print my postage and weigh it at home, and I can put it in the mailbox, and that's my favorite service. How much postage is needed for the peelers when you use the legal envelopes? It really depends on the weight of your envelope, how much paper you have on it. All of it is different, Lisa, and the zip code also matters. So there is no one set rate for that. I do have a scale to weigh, Joanna.
Tabitha, just as a random, something for them to just figure on how much. I know you probably send yours. Do you send yours in a regular envelope or a padded?
I couldn't hear you.
Do you send your, how do you send your citrus peelers?
Oh, let me show you.
And while she is getting that, your zip code does matter. I use stamps.com as well, and using the zip code matters, but just I wanted her to tell you a roundabout amount for you to plan.
I use this little poly mailer like this because it's see-through here.
Let me put you on speaker. Keep it up, Tabitha. Go ahead.
Well, unless they put it on speaker, they won't be able to. But it's like see-through, so then I can put the flyer on the outside, and then I put the citrus pillar inside, and this weighs not, hardly anything. Kisha has adorable envelopes that she uses. I mean, you can find whatever. You can even use a regular envelope and put a citrus peeler in there. But it does, I mean, if you I add postcards in there that have, as a thank you card. Every piece of paper that you add to it is going to change the weight, and so does the zip code that you're sending it to. So there is no set amount. Do you send citrus peelers or something to everyone who attends the party? No. Or everyone who orders? And if so, how do you ask for their addresses to send them? Okay, Chris, when they order $40 or more by midnight, that's my personal shopping special. Okay, when you go through the training, they have different shopping specials that you can choose from, or you can create your own. I use, if they order $40 or more by midnight, they're going to get a free gift from me. And that's when I send them a citrus peeler. When they order from me on my website and I go to that party in my back office, I can see their address in there. Okay. I have had that problem too. Oh, not sure, Ricky, which problem, but I hope that I helped. Where can I get a scale? Amazon or USPS or from stamps.com. I've been paying about 70 cents on hers. Yes. That's Kisha pays about 70 cents. She's got these adorable little envelopes that are super cute. Oh my gosh. But about 5% of them come back wanting more postage. Okay. I've never spent $3, Kisha. That's interesting that you got charged that. Where do you get that from and how much does it cost? I'm assuming you're talking about the envelope, but I don't know. I got it from Amazon. Printed off, the uses for it, like a fourth of the page. Oh goodness, Kisha. I was talking about the plastic envelope. Yes, I got them from Amazon. I got them from Amazon. How do you find the address for the customer who ordered online? Okay, let me show you. Go into my Tupperware. And
So you went into my sales, you clicked on place order.
oh, I'm just going into my back office.
Okay.
Yes, sorry. I know my internet's a little wacky, but yes, I'm just going into my back office here and I'm going to click on party history. Okay. And let's see. I think Kimberly has one. She's a party this week. Party orders and datings. Okay. Do you see right here in your party orders and datings, Tupper Connect orders? When I click on this order number, anything that's like that, you can click on. It's going to pop up and show me her address. Okay. You're not going to be able to see it when you click on tools. You'll be able to see, your website orders from all those other reports. But if you want someone's address, this is where you find it. Okay. Under party orders and datings of the party, wherever it's Tupper connected to, then you'll see her address. That help? I hope.
Yes.
Okay. Amazon. And I did not know you could see it there. Yes, awesome. I found this by accident and I was so proud of myself that it took me forever to find it again, but now I know where it is. Awesome. Awesome. All right, guys. So, any other questions about the party, about the flow, anything that Debbie or I can help you with?
Tabitha, I'm posting really quick if they aren't already part of the new Poppin Facebook group, I'm posting the link. And will you tell them again what their magic door is to get in?
Yes, their magic door is to talk to your director, because each director has their own password associated with it. Okay, so you have a password from your director, ask her, and then of course you're going to label who your director is. Okay, if you're not a part of it. If all else fails, just send a message to me.
Like you don't get enough of those in a day.
Yes.
But better together, always.
Yes. All right. Any other questions that I can help you guys with the party? I'm so happy all of you came to see us today. Isn't it always fun?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
All right, guys. Tabitha, thank you so much. They're thanking you. I know that Refresher is awesome. Yes, this is recorded, very similar to the original one that you will find in the discussion tab on the actual group. It's also on the Accolades main family group, but we will post the link to this recording in the event for tonight. Okay, so you'll come back. It's going to take a little bit because it's got to get downloaded and all that jazz. And then where else will we put it, Tabitha?
We could put it in the actual Facebook training group too, so that they know how to use it, I guess.
Okay, awesome. Right. Okay. This was my first Zoom meeting, says Blake. Next time, my name will be correct. So you're not Blake? Just kidding. You know what? We've been all kinds of crazy names, right?
Oh, she said, no, I'm Margaret.
Okay. Yay, Margaret.
Yay,
and now
Margaret.
It's recorded. Oh, my gosh.
That's awesome.
All right, guys. Well, yes, Pamela, I will message you, and guys, have a fantastic night. Tabitha, thank you as always. You're amazing. Lots of hard work and love went into this training, guys. So take the time to go through the units, go through the photos, albums, all of the things, because there's so much very valuable information in there. No one can comment or post in there, so it keeps everything in order. So every new person that you welcome and wants that training, it's there in order, ready for them to take it. Okay? Am I right, Tabitha?
You are accurate.
I'm
Yes.
accurate. All right, guys. Have an awesome, awesome night. Hope to see you for rally tomorrow. Have a great, great night tonight. God bless you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.